Hey guys, Leanne here on Grady's Mom. I'm starting a new What's for Dinner video. I'm actually starting off literally the next day after the last dinner video ended. So if you saw the last dinner video, you saw the final clip was all that sausage. So I decided to cut some of it up and make a crock pot soup. So I've got my smaller crock pot here. I've got cut up hot and sweet Italian sausage. I added in some sweet potato, some shredded carrot, some white cannellini beans, garlic, red onion, and a bunch of spices. So I added in a couple bay leaves, some thyme, some garlic powder, some black pepper, and some oregano. I didn't add salt because sausage is on the saltier side. And I'm also going to add some of this chicken broth and throw this all together. I just figured it was a nice way to use the rest of it up. I was originally going to do some little eggy muffins, but I decided to do a different route. So I wanted to use the sausage up. I thought a soup was a great way to do it. So I just have everything prepped here. My kitchen's kind of a disaster right now. This is the sink action going on. I'm going to add some chicken broth, and I'm debating later when it's almost done if I want to add maybe some quinoa or some orzo or something else. I think I'm just going to let it cook and see how much it thickens up, and then decide later if I want to add like a pasta or a rice or something like that to make it a little bit more hearty, because we're going to have this soup later with some grilled cheese sandwiches. I have some different breads to use up, so I'll make grilled cheese sandwiches and a nice soup for dinner. But I'll show you what it looks like, of course, later on. So in the last half hour, I added a handful of this orzo pasta, and I went ahead and got my grilled cheeses ready. I used the Cabot bacon cheddar cheese, which is delicious, and the soup itself came out really good. It was very hearty and definitely had fall vibes. Super tasty, and we had the grilled cheese sandwiches on the side, and they were really good. I highly recommend that bacon sharp cheddar cheese if you can find it. But this is our dinner for tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. So I have a ton of chicken breasts to use up in my freezer. So I thawed out 2 large breasts, and then I just drizzled them with EVOO, some of the Trader Joe's onion salts with some pepper, and I roasted them in the oven, and then I let them rest on the cutting board before I sliced them up. They were really delicious, and I served them with some steamed peas and some mashed potatoes. I just was kind of craving like simple comfort food, and potatoes and chicken are always my go-to when it comes to comfort food, and it was a really good dinner. So the next night I decided to make some taco salad. So I have my beef that I already drained the fat. I added the water and the taco seasoning. And while it was kind of simmering, obviously I stirred it up. I got all my veggies prepped. So I served it on a big bed of spring mix, and I used sliced black olives, cucumber, red onion, carrot, and tomatoes from my mom's garden. I like to put the meat on the side. We also had chips and salsa as well, and a little bit of ranch. It was a really good dinner, and I had enough meat left over to make a taco salad for lunch. So this night we did breakfast for dinner. I'm using the reduced sodium corned beef hash by Mary's Kitchen. It's a Hormel brand product. I just fry it up in a pan. I actually added some scrambled egg and kind of made it like a corned beef hash omelet type of thing. And it was the first time I had tried this, and it was really good. I think I would definitely do it again in the future. I just mixed in the egg, and it kind of ran through the corned beef and left little bits of egg all throughout. I toasted some bread for my husband and myself. Matt had the Pepperidge Farm whole grain white, and I just buttered it for us. I sliced up an apple that you can see in the background. It's a Honeycrisp apple, and I actually had the Nature's Own multigrain bread, which you guys know is my favorite bread. So we had the hash omelet, some sliced Honeycrisp apple, and Matt had the buttered toast, and I had the multigrain with butter and strawberry jam. It was a really good dinner that definitely hit the spot. The next night we got home really late, so it was either going to be ordering a pizza or making something quick at home. I picked up this huge 5-pound bag of Tyson Buffalo hot wings from Sam's Club. So I just baked them in a 450 degree oven. So they came out nice and crispy. They were actually hot. I mean, they say hot, but they actually were hot. I was pretty impressed because sometimes things will say hot and they're more mild. So I baked these off. along with some of the green giant broccoli tots, which I love these broccoli tots. I could eat them all on their own, and sometimes I do. I will just have a plate of broccoli tots. And we had a little bit of Cattleman Gold on the side to dip whatever we wanted in, and this was dinner tonight. So this night we are at my mom's house. I am just showing you a clip of me stirring her chili that she had simmering in her cast iron pot. She's had this thing for decades. I did ask her if I could take just a quick couple clips of like her dining room and living room, because this is a house I grew up in from age 5 to 18, and this house means the world to me. It's definitely our family home. We've had countless family dinners there. Every Christmas of my life, pretty much from 5 until now, I've spent in that living room behind, and I just wanted to share a little glimpse with you because I absolutely loved growing up in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere. So the dinner was wonderful. Her chili, we serve it, she serves it as well as me over pasta. I put a little sharp cheese, some homemade cornbread, and there was also some green beans from her garden that she grew and froze, and it was delicious. Next, I wanted to share with you guys some meal prep. I used to do meal prep videos, but I don't really do them anymore, mainly because I honestly just don't have the time. So this day was a Sunday, and I do my meal prep Sunday morning. So I've got chicken breast that I cooked up. I've got a pie crust that I'm going to make this quiche in with ham and veggies and sharp cheese. And I'm doing these things on Sunday so I have A, some things for the week for lunches, and B, so we had some of the quiche and some of these potatoes that you're going to see here for a dinner one night, which you guys will see at the end. So I've got these broccoli cheese twice baked potatoes going on. I do have a video on these with bacon instead of broccoli. I'll link it below. So I did the twice baked broccoli cheese potatoes, the quiche, and I also did some curry chicken salad with that chicken breast that you saw. So I've got celery, curry, red onion, and yellow raisins, which are delicious. And you just make it like normal chicken salad with the raisins and the curry in there. And I have my chicken salad for the week, a nice batch. It's about 2 pounds. And I've got a whole bunch of broccoli cheese potatoes to use for lunches with a salad or as sides with dinner. And then I've got the quiche that we're going to have for a dinner one night, and whatever's left will be perfect for lunches. Hello, so it is the next day. The food prep, I think I mentioned, most of you guys know I do them on Sunday mornings, but we went to my mom's for dinner last night. I showed you guys that in the clip before the food prep. But anyways, it is Monday. I just got home from work. It's about 6:20, and I'm going to use about 4 halves of these and half the quiche for dinner tonight. So I'm actually going to cut half the quiche, and then I'm going to take 4 halves, put them on a sheet tray and bake them to warm them through. They're obviously already cooked, but I'm just going to warm them up so they get nice and bubbly and the cheese is all melty. And then Matt and I are going to have a piece of quiche and 2 halves of the little potatoes. And then the other half of the quiche, I'm going to cut that half in half, and we're going to take it for lunches tomorrow. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's all reheated. So here is everything reheated. I don't know if I mentioned earlier what was in the quiche, but it's ham, mushrooms, tomatoes, onion, garlic, and sharp cheddar cheese. It came out really, really good. And the potatoes were, of course, awesome. I love these potatoes as just a meal or as a side. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.